a very special sway on you. I mean, was it just a middleman thing, or do you think it was, or was it just that one middleman? What was the story there?
Well, I think when I was actually playing it, I was thinking it was just the middleman thing. I mean, really, it was. I just couldn't, really. But I mean, he did have a special swagger. You know, he played. It was what? Yeah, the middleman. Yeah. So, so the sword. I became the sword for it.
He was known for his sword.
Oh. It didn't make me something about hot glue. I was like, you smell like hot glue.
You're like, he was like, what is that perfume ring? You're like, it's hot glue something.
It
smells like heaven.
It's all just great.
All right. Mary Pat.
Yes, sir.
What's up with the skates? And did you skate before the show? What was that about?
Did skate before the show. Yes, I think that it goes back to when I had him as a middleman, and I was just a young. I skated to show him one of my feet.
Young little item.
So behind the scenes, can you talk a little bit about how the skates came about and what the genesis of the
The
skates?
skating actually was hilarious. I roller skated in a film called The Cinderella Story. And I talked to Javi and said, I think it would be hilarious if I had roller skated. And he said, no, you can't roller skate. And Orange can pull out, we've got more shows to do, you can't break your back, you can't break your back. And I said, Javi, for heaven's sake, I can roller skate. So, I kept saying, I can go to a roller rink, whatever. So one day I just said, look, I'm going to bring my roller skates in and I'll prove to you that I can roller skate. So I put my roller skates on and stood up. And I don't think I'd taken one glide before I fell completely over and on my back. And I was like, oh my God! I said, I'm okay.
I didn't believe her.
He thought for sure it was an insurance issue from now on. And I want you to know I took more spills before I got through those scenes.
I just immediately imagined me like going, Your Honor, she said she could skate. Matt, can you talk a little bit about taking your shirt off to poop?
Well, prior to the middleman, I never took my shirt off to poop. Solely to poop. However, because of the special costume design, the shirt was sewed to my underpants.
What's the reason for that? So that you always look.
Yeah, so that there were no wrinkles in the shirt. So during the middleman, I learned that I had to either hold it, no fiber, or take off my shirt.
Not that I ever pooped, but mine was attached too.
Speaking of which, now, can you tell this amazing group? Now, we're convinced that you're pretty much all the people who ever saw the show. I know for a fact that I wrote personal thank you notes to everybody who saw the show. It took like a weekend, so. Matt, what was the hardest line you had to learn for the show, and what is your favorite middleman saying? So that's your morbid curiosity.
That's a good question. I really like hot flaming pork buns. Actually, anything that came from a Chinese menu, I like.
We're going to have hot flaming pork buns tonight, actually.
And what was the hardest line to learn?
Yeah, what was the one that was the biggest tongue twister for you?
I don't know. I mean, that whole speech that started with, sweet mother of Preston Tucker. That was a tough one. But I mean, like the Hebrew stuff was really difficult.
So I got to tell you about that. So I went to this conference called Bill about like 3 years ago, which is like TED but like cheaper. and they had a guy talk about not life extension, life expectancy, and it was the guy who played the museum curator. And they're like, here we have, ladies and gentlemen, talking about life extension. We have Guy Ale, and I'm having something familiar. This guy goes up and he's like, so hello. And I'm like, oh my God, it's him. All right, okay, so now, down the line, can we get somebody to close the door back there? Because I can hear like Spinal Tap looking for the stage. Down the line, then, starting with Natalie, biggest tongue twisters, I know that...
Oh, God, I know it.
You yelled, I hate you, Javi, in the gag reel many times. So just out of curiosity, what was
I could not say, for the life of me, could not say, reach the whirlwind is hip. I was like, reach the whirlwind, reach the whirlwind. And I just could not do that for some reason. I don't know. But that was just a tongue twister to me. And then Javi recorded himself saying, it's a lich whistle, and then sent it to all of us that had to say it, and I had to sit and listen to it over and over and over, because you see it spelled out on the script, it's just a bunch of I's and P's and Z's. None of us had any clue.
No, but I understand that explained how with your shuffle on your iPad.
Oh yeah, it's still in my I play if I'm taking a shower and I have this shuffle, all of a sudden Javi will be like, it's a lich whistle.
Very tell with your blue fighting, I'm sure. Britt, anything in particular?
Okay, I don't remember the line. I blocked out of my memory. It was one of the most terrible day. I cannot remember this line. I'm sure you remember this line.
Which one?
It was episode with the booty shack. And I think I just quit, and I'm leaning on the fridge, and I'm eating ice cream. And I could not say it. It was about degrading women. If you guys are currently watching, is that degrading women or something, and I kept it. One of the words was scantily clad waitresses went on this diatribe, but I did literally 37 takes. I thought it was pretty fun. I'm sure it was my last day on set. I was like, great, well, there goes my big break. I'm sure it's part, but I can't remember anymore.
Mary Pat?
Well, actually, mine wasn't really so much what I had to say, it was a task that was just impossible. We didn't all shoot every day, and there was a day when Matt was in a museum with Natalie. They were in a museum, and they were having a conversation throughout this whole museum. Then I found out that I had to be on set with a headdress on that had a circle going like this in front of my eyes with lights in it, and, all these bells and whistles on it. And I was supposed to be responding to everything they were doing, but they did not have a film running of what they were doing. So I had to view that and then remember what they were doing and keep looking at them in the position that they would be, because they were bending down and standing up and leaning over things. And Matt knew that I was scared about this challenge, so he had tried to contain his movement.
Because you were seeing what he saw through his
I was supposed to be able to see
Yeah.
him. I'm supposed to be able to look at my watch and see him. They do not have that film running on my watch. So we had to do so many takes of that. By the time that was over, I thought, this is going to be the first time that I've cried on a set for 30 years. It was so hard to think of. No, Mary Patty was to the right of you. Oh, what? It's not like on my watch.
I'm known for making actors cry.
That's one of the days when I went, oh, honey, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Check out the gag reel, it's all from you.
Yes, it's so funny.
By the way, in the gag reel, there's eyes without a face. Is that in there?
Yes, it is, yeah. Can you tell, actually, but that, let me, did we ever give you, like, because you had it easiest out of everybody with the...
But it was really difficult to say, yo, when you watch it. That was my only line. It was really difficult.
You did a great job.
You were going to say, I'm sorry, it was your...
No, that was the one thing that I had,
Oh, yeah, no, because it was like the very last day of filming, and that guy really committed to his sorrow, didn't he? Every time I would grab you, start to tear up, and I just laugh. Back to you, Star. All right, now what I'd like to do is open this up to you, the audience. So I guess we have